Social scanning mode. You walk into a room and immediately start analyzing everyone's facial expressions, convinced they're all judging you. This is hypervigilance in action, anxiety turning your brain into a constant threat detector. Neutral faces become disapproving glares. Normal conversations transform into evidence that people don't like you. Your mind gets so focused on detecting rejection that you miss all the normal, friendly interactions happening around you. Think of it as a security camera that only records the worst moments. The waiting room effect. You're waiting for test results, a text back, or any important news, and suddenly time moves differently. Every second feels like an hour as your brain fills the silence with horrible scenarios. This temporal distortion happens when anxiety hijacks your sense of time, making uncertain moments stretch endlessly. You check your phone every 30 seconds even though you know nothing's changed. Your brain can't handle the information vacuum, so it creates its own terrifying content to fill the space. Physical panic response. You remember something embarrassing from years ago and suddenly your heart starts racing, palms get sweaty, and you feel like you can't breathe. Your fight or flight system gets triggered by thoughts instead of actual danger. Your body prepares for a threat that only exists in your mind, flooding you with cortisol and adrenaline for no real reason. These physical symptoms make you even more anxious, creating a cycle where panic feeds on itself. Your internal alarm system goes haywire, like a smoke detector screaming about burnt toast. Overthinking simple decisions. You spend 20 minutes deciding what to order at a restaurant because your brain analyzes every possible choice and outcome. Anxiety makes you believe every decision has major consequences, even when it doesn't really matter. Your prefrontal cortex goes into overdrive and simple choices become complex problems. Your brain can't tell the difference between ordering lunch and making life-changing decisions. That's why every choice feels like defusing a bomb when really you're just choosing between pasta or salad. Perfectionism paralysis. You stare at a blank document for hours because you're terrified of writing something that isn't perfect. That's perfectionism paralysis, and it happens when your brain convinces you that anything less than flawless equals complete failure. Rather than risk doing something imperfectly, you end up stuck and unable to start anything. The irony? By avoiding imperfection, you guarantee nothing gets done at all, and that's actually the worst possible outcome. Your inner critic rejects every idea before you even try, like a bouncer who won't let anyone into the club. The response time calculator. Someone doesn't text back immediately and your brain starts calculating what their silence means. 2 minutes means they're busy, 10 minutes means they're mad, an hour means they hate you. You analyze response patterns like a detective solving a crime, creating complex theories about what their texting speed reveals about your relationship. It's like your brain keeps score in a game nobody else is playing. Future worry loops. You're lying in bed and your brain starts playing out every possible way tomorrow could go wrong. Anxiety makes your mind confuse worrying with problem solving. You create detailed scenarios of future disasters that will probably never happen, burning mental energy on imaginary problems. Your brain convinces you that enough worrying somehow equals better preparation, when really you're just torturing yourself with fiction. Meanwhile, you're writing disaster movies about your own life instead of sleeping. Reassurance seeking. You ask the same question over and over again, desperately hoping someone will give you the exact answer that makes your anxiety disappear. That's because anxiety creates doubt about everything, including reassurance you've already received. You keep seeking that ideal response that will finally make you feel safe, but no amount ever feels like enough. Each time someone tries to comfort you, your brain finds new reasons to doubt their words. Like a broken record, you keep asking the same question, but never accept the answer. Mind reading attempts. You're talking to someone and suddenly become convinced you know exactly what they're thinking about you, and it's always something negative. This mind reading happens when anxiety fills in missing information with worst-case assumptions. Facial expressions, tone changes, and body language all become proof of their secret disapproval. Usually you're completely wrong, but your brain treats these imagined thoughts as absolute facts. You've become a fortune teller who only predicts bad news about what others think. Avoidance spirals. You skip one social event because you're anxious, then feel so guilty about skipping that you avoid the next one too. This kind of avoidance behavior creates temporary relief, but each time you stay away from scary situations, facing them next time gets harder. What started as skipping one party turns into months of isolation because your amygdala learns that avoiding equals safety. Your comfort zone keeps shrinking until it becomes a prison that gets smaller every time you hide in it. Catastrophic thinking. You're 5 minutes late to meet a friend and suddenly you're convinced they hate you and will never speak to you again. This is called catastrophic thinking, your brain taking a tiny problem and turning it into the apocalypse. One unanswered text becomes proof they're ghosting you forever. A weird look from your boss means you're definitely getting fired. Your anxious mind skips past 20 logical explanations and goes straight to the worst possible ending. Your brain is basically a news channel that only reports disasters. The rejection replay. You had a slightly awkward interaction 3 days ago and your brain won't stop replaying it on loop. Each time you think about it, you add more cringe details that probably didn't happen. Maybe you laughed too loud, maybe you said something stupid, maybe they gave you a weird look. Your brain keeps editing the memory, making it worse every time. What was actually a normal conversation becomes the most embarrassing moment of your life. It's like your mind is a movie director who keeps adding deleted scenes that make you look terrible. Anxiety procrastination. You delay important tasks because thinking about them makes you feel anxious and overwhelmed. Your brain associates certain activities with a threat, making you avoid them to reduce immediate anxiety. The longer you wait, the more anxious the task makes you, and procrastination actually makes everything worse. You end up spending more energy avoiding the task than it would have taken to just do it. The comparison trap. You see someone else succeeding and immediately start listing all the ways you're failing in comparison. Social comparison anxiety uses other people's highlights to judge your own worth. You compare your behind-the-scenes struggles to everyone else's public victories, guaranteeing you'll feel inadequate. Your mind ignores that you're seeing their best moments while experiencing your worst ones. Your brain basically becomes Instagram, showing you everyone's best moments while you're living your regular Tuesday. Thought spiraling. You have one anxious thought and suddenly your mind goes down a rabbit hole of increasingly worse possibilities. Anxiety tends to treat worrying thoughts as both important and urgent, as if they require immediate action. Each worry triggers the next, creating a mental avalanche that's hard to stop once it starts rolling. What begins as wondering if you locked the door turns into imagining your entire house being robbed and your life falling apart. Your brain becomes a conspiracy theorist, finding connections between every random worry. Physical tension holding. You realize you've been clenching your jaw, hunching your shoulders, or holding your breath without even noticing. Anxiety keeps your nervous system in constant alert mode. You carry stress physically, even when your mind isn't actively worrying about anything specific. When you finally notice and try to relax, the tightness and soreness amazes you. Your body acts like a security guard who never clocks out, always ready for threats that aren't coming. The Sunday scaries. You feel a wave of dread every Sunday evening as you think about the upcoming week. Your brain time travels to Monday's stress while you're still supposed to be relaxing on the weekend. Future problems hijack your present moment with worries about tomorrow. Those last few hours of freedom get stolen by thoughts of deadlines, meetings, and responsibilities. Sunday stops being part of the weekend and becomes pre-Monday anxiety day, like your calendar got confused and added an extra day just for worrying. The sponge effect. You're feeling fine until someone near you starts panicking, and suddenly you absorb their anxiety like a sponge. This emotional contagion happens because your amygdala becomes hyper-attuned to others' distress signals. You start to mirror their stress response even when their problem has nothing to do with you. Before you know it, you're feeling anxious about their anxiety, creating a feedback loop of shared panic. It's like your emotions have no firewall and every nearby worry becomes your worry too. So ever had one of these anxiety glitches? Tell me in the comments, and if you find this video insightful, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.